Hi, I'm Kathy from Absolutely Fabulous at Home, and I'd like to talk to you about one of the unsung heroes of the kitchen, the thermometer. This is really important if you're just learning how to cook, or you have a wonky oven, or you're just not sure if everything is done when it's supposed to be done. Just because a recipe says 25 minutes in a 350-degree oven doesn't guarantee you that your internal temperature is what it was supposed to be. So Good Grips makes 3 different thermometers. The first is the digital, very simple, digital, little battery, easy to use. The second is this one, which is more of a meat thermometer, large print readout, but also one of the few that can be left in while they're cooking, while it's in the oven, and that's important. A lot of thermometers are not leave-in thermometers. What happens is the thermometer heats up, changes the actual temperature, so you're no longer reflecting what the temperature of the inside of the food is. You're reflecting what the temperature of the metal is. So it's important to know the difference if they're leave-in or not. The other one is just a smaller version of the leave-in with much smaller dial. Easier, I guess, if you have younger eyes or newer eyes to read, but also one that would not stay in. So choices here. These two are nice because they don't require batteries. So this one is going to require batteries, and depending on how often you use it, of course, it's going to be how often you have to replace it. Then there are candy thermometers. Typically these are used by people who make fudge or other sweets, toffees, caramels, that kind of thing, because the candy thermometer registers a much higher temperature but needs to be more accurate. So there's a bigger separation on the degrees, so you can actually see more accurately that you are at, say, 191 instead of the range of 190 to 195. In candy making, that's important. This one is what they call an armored meat thermometer. The base here, which is where your liquid is, has been heavily shielded so that this one can stay in a roast. And that heavy shield helps prevent that transmission of heat to metal affecting the actual true temperature. Some people are really getting into these. These are what they call a digital probe thermometer. So you have a separate register here that's actually your digital readout on what your temperature is, and then the probe has a big flux that's all here in a package. It's probably about 20 inches long. That goes into your roast or your chicken and comes back out through the oven door carefully so you don't squish it, plugs into here, and this is on the outside, so that without opening the oven door you can tell exactly what the internal temperature is of whatever you're cooking. These guys are very good if you're trying to do the proper steak or chicken on the barbecue. It's a set of 4 individual thermometers that are very shallow, meant to actually go into an individual steak, burger, anything like that that you might be trying to measure the temperature of. And finally, sometimes what you really need is to know what the temperature of your oven is. A lot of us have ovens that we are not entirely sure are the right temperature. So if you're not sure it's 350 degrees, maybe you need to start right here and make sure your oven is measuring what it's supposed to. So food for thought. Safe food for thought.